Good Thursday morning. As you can see, I've decided to play with watercolors. I've gotten out some of my brushes because it's 100% cotton, and it does work so. It works so nicely, and I got this on sale eons ago, and I thought to myself, really, you cannot take this with you when you leave this world. Let's start to use it. So, it's hot pressed, nice, flat, 100% cotton. Let's play with it. Let's use it. And if I like what I do, I can always make some, I can always print some copies. This is my pad of little extras that have been left over for years and years. And what I do is, I like to take some time with playing with the colors that I think I'm going to use to make sure that nothing turns ghastly. So, my watercolor brushes, I'll take these two big hulks out of here, and we'll lay this one down over here for the brush holder, a little mixing place, 2 waters, spray bottle, and a fresh piece of Viva paper towel. I won't go into my sermon again about Viva paper towel with watercolor, but best thing since indoor plumbing. So, I picked this little newbie. I haven't touched it, seen it, or thought about it probably in 6 months. And that's got to stop because I've been missing it still all too badly. Now, these are my Magello. Most of them are extra Magellos. And if you'll notice these colors, they all play nicely with each other. 2 shades of yellows, shell pink, which is to die for, a lilac, which was on sale. I made this one because the color did not come with the set. So I just made myself a mix. This is Magello's turquoise and yellow gray. Love, love, love yellow gray. And over here we have Holbein, Opera, and Winsor Newton olive. Now let me explain why those two are there. Those two colors, when mixed together, make the most magnificent skin color when you're trying watercoloring on watercoloring faces. And yes, I used to do that. It's going to come. I've promised myself. So these two are over here in a special spot. And then these is Winsor Newton, Purple Lake, and Mauve. Just because. So, let's see now what happens if we give this piece of paper a little bit of a spritz and get out a nice large old brush to plop down some color. But this is just to see how they're going to play together. Let's see what we have here now. Let's just try this one. Let's just try this one. Let's see what's going to happen here. A little more. Oh, this is kind of soppy. Well, that's good. It will move around. There are times when soppy is very good. Okay. Let's go over here now and let's hit this one. Love this color. Let's see what happens here. Oh my. Isn't that just a pretty puppy? I'd forgotten how pretty that was. No wonder I bought it extra. And shell pink. It's all about exactly what it sounds like. Shell pink is just what it says, and it's absolutely lovely. There's a little bit of schmutz. A little bit of schmutz on there, but oh, look at that. Oh my. I think I'm going to like that one. Okay. Let's try a little, let's just have some fun here and do a little lilac. Now, how are we going to work up here? Let's just see what happens if we bring some, let's just see what happens if we bring some lilac up here. Are they going to play well together? Let's let them run together. Oh yes, they will. They will. Now down here is going to come the mix that I made. Okay. Now, putting these here and here should make mud. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Now this is not as good quality as the paper I'm going to be working on. Not too bad. We can let that live. All right, now their own turquoise color. Let's see their own turquoise color. Let's run it in together here. Nothing to hate thus far. Oh, now, a color that I bought on a whim, probably because it was on sale, but it's wonderful. It's just, this yellow-gray behaves so well with anything that's around it, as you can see. It's behaving itself a treat. So, let's pull out some more of that. Let's add a little bit more water here. Let's just pull the hard edge off here. Now, as you can see when I do it on cotton, the hard edge will move a lot more cooperatively. Okay, and let's try these two. Let's see what happens up here. Let's see what happens up here. Now, purple and yellows. Not so much. And this one over here. Well, that's making a statement, isn't it? So, and then, of course, I'll be using some of this if we decide we want some leaves. Because besides making face color, it's a beautiful shade of olive green. Now, let's cook this a little bit. Drawing on both sides is the trick with the watercolor. And I think we're ready to do a little playing. I think it's all going to work. Yes, I think so. Well, I'm going to put this Princeton 1/2 inch oval mop aside, and I want to put some color down on this paper. So I'm going to get into the big guns here. We need some, I need some background. I want some of this here. And I don't know what road we're going to go down after this, if any. All right, now I don't like it when Muji hides. Of course, you'd think I'd have to absolutely have Muji right now. Nothing else here will work. Well, I'll have Muji later. What are you? Yeah, let me try this one. See, so we have definite possibilities here. And this is a nice fine one. It's an 03. Not as fine as I might like, but having some possibilities. Let's see if we can turn this puppy into a flower of some nature. Sure we can. Absolutely we can. And what is the possibility here? Well, what is the absolute possibility there? So, this is going to be our playtime today. Going to make some writing spots. Now, whether or not they actually get a little bit of collage added to them, I'm going to try to fight that urge. But they might even get a little bit of washi. Who knows? So, shall we go? We're just going to lay some color down to begin with. And you've got the troops here that can do the job. Just want to make sure you see as much as you possibly can here. Alrighty. Now just a little bit of very fine water, a little wipe up, and we're off. Now there's no rhyme, no reason. I see that there is a possibility here for having half a dozen writing spots. So, shall we just plunge in? When in doubt, plunge. When in doubt, plunge. When in doubt, plunge. Let's just get this moving along here. And let's walk these edges out so that we don't have anything too hard around the edges here. Let's walk these out right up to the top if we wish to. And draw that out a little bit. Okay? One spot of color. Let's have a little shell pink because I love it. And a little more water here. Let's have a little bit of shell pink. There we go. No rhyme or reason whatsoever. It's not allowed. Now, let's have a little nice, cleaner water. Little wet brush. This brush holds an incredible amount of water. That's why it will soften these edges, and this is good 100% cotton. paper, so you'll notice the way these edges just will disappear. Gone. And what other color might we like? Sure, why not? Let's have a little purple lake. Get this brush nice and soppy. Now we don't absolutely need to fill in all the marks and spaces here. Let's leave this. Let's just do that. And then notice the hard edge here. Let's see what we can do with this now. See how it pulls out? Pulls it away. It makes things work together. Colors the paper. Colors the paper. Bring the clean water up to that, and it will slide back in. Now we have this little thingy here, right here. Let's see what we can do here. Let's bring some clean water to it. Let's bring some clean water to it. And let's just go for broke here and have a little, a bit of turquoise. Why not? It's strong, so we're going to have to not get too carried away. Where do we want it? Oh, right here. Whoa, strong, strong, strong. Not so bad. Not so bad. Righty. Let's get this pulled out now. Let's just pull this away. Just pull this away. There we go. There we go. And I can mop it up a little bit if it's a little juicy. And this could be a little problem right here. So we're going to make this a thirsty brush. You notice I put it in water, gave it a squeeze. And if we wanted to remove just a little bit more of that, we do a little tippy tap. Tippy taps are good things. Now, well, the one that I love that's missing is my yellow. Well, let's have a little of that over here. Very pretty color. I don't want to put it next to the purple. I'm really pushing the envelope that way. So let's just turn this upside down and push it in here. Now, I'm going to add from the outside in some clean water to help drag that around a little bit. And we're going to see if we can't get these. Oh, look at the way they just walked right together. Aren't they being good? Okay, so more color. More color. I think we'll have a little bit more shell pink up here. I think we can bring that right out over here. Why not? But I don't like that line. What have we got? A little turquoise there? No, 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 no. We're not going to do that. Gone. Okay. And this one, which we have not used yet. Maybe a little bit in here. Oh, that's a hard one. We'll carry it away there. Okay. Wet up that brush with water. And let's just see if we can rub out some of these hard lines here. Although I don't really hate them. They have a great potential if I get out that pen. So, maybe a little here. We haven't used mauve yet. We haven't used mauve yet. Let's see what happens if we put some right against that. Ah, don't we just go away. This is part of the talking to the Carol herself that Carol does. When I'm playing, I love those marks there. Okay. That's enough of that color there now. And let's have plenty of soppy here. Let's let this just get soppy. And move it all together here. The wonderful part of this is just background and I haven't the slightest idea of what's going to happen to, with, or how. Okay, we've got a little spotty there, we've got a little spotty there, and a little there. I think we need a little bit of serious, no kidding around yellow up here. Let's have a little more of that. Let's have a little more of that. Let's have just a little more of that and add some line breakers to it here. Because I want to try to think of this paper as 6 of them. Just the tiniest little bit of this carried out over here. Let's see if it's going to work, or are we going to have a calamity? Or are we going to have a little calamity over here? Clean the brush. And break the calamity lines a little bit here. Well, the background. Background done. Now this is going to need a good dry. So I'm going to start it off mechanically, and then I'm going to let it do it naturally a little bit, because this is a block, so it's the paper's not going to move. is it that we can get an idea? How can we get an idea of what we're going to have when these are cut? I have to have a think. Well, after having sat here and waited for a message from Garcia, think maybe. I found the only two pieces of black paper, or one piece of black paper, and cut these a little off so that you could get an idea of what the end bit is going to be like. These just represent where we'll chop it. And so I'm I'm starting to see things here. I'm almost seeing spring, softness, flowers, whatever. But what we need is some background something, and then we need to, if we're going to call this springy flowers for the time being, then we need two things. We need a little bit of that yellow-gray here and there to put a background on, and then we need some greenery. So this was our markers in the garbage. Okie dokie. In the garbage it goes. Now we're going to use a nice big Princeton round number 12, and we're just going to get going with some yellow gray here where it might need to be. Let's lighten it up a little bit here, Carol. Getting a little carried away. But we need some thoughts here. Not too many, not too much. Something that'll give the idea. And if we want to soften the edges, we'll certainly be back to do that. Let's now that this is nice and dry, let's see about softening these edges in. Here we go. There we go. In other words, the idea is there, but we don't need it to be too hard. Not yet, because this is just background, and we just want to give this water some place to run to. There we go. And we're going to give this guy some place to run to also. And just break up that line. It's there, but it's not there. And that would be the one. Okay, let's have a little more here. Let's have a little bit more here. This one, let's go over here. We don't know where they're going to end up in the end, but that's okay. And one here, definitely. Just, yeah. Okay. I see this one. It's shouting at me. Okay. Now, some cleanish water. I'm going to get up and replenish the clean water in a moment. Let's get the idea down. All we want is the idea that it's there. This one's a little too much, so we're just going to take care of that craziness. too much of a line here. You're gone. You're gone. There we go, much better. Too much of a line there. Did you dry too much on me? Well, let's see what I can do here. Better. Okay. And I like that there. So, next thing is a little bit of I'm going to replenish my water. And, okay, now you knew that the minute I didn't put these away that this was going to happen. I guess I just have to do that right now. Let's dry this up a little more, and I'll be back. Okay, we have clean water and clean brushes. And I've picked my Micron 05, a little heavier. And this one keeps calling me. And I'm not going to start out with pencil. We're going to dive off the deep end of the pool. But I'm seeing something here. And it's definitely calling me. So, from here, I haven't the slightest, but this one seems to want to say something, so we'll just say okie dokie. That's a start. That's a start. This one's got an interesting shape. I think it starts down here, and we're going to let it go up that way and come around that way. And we're going to utilize this nice empty space in the middle for the time being. Maybe this way? Who knows? Who knows? Trick here is to remember. Move the water back, move the pens and the brushes back, move the extra microns back, and turn it around. Puts a whole new complex on what you're looking at. See, now there it is, lying right up against that leaf. Who knew? Who knew? And we'll leave it there. We'll leave that one there for a while. What else do we see? Well, there's a whole gaggle right here. But definitely something right there. Definitely something coming here. And coming here. All right, guys, out of the way. had more petals down here than I realized that it did. Oh yes, oh yes. Two of them together. Okay. A bit of this yellow one right here. Something, something. Okay, I've been dancing around that one, but I'm still going to dance with that one a little bit longer. I'm going to do something. I'm going to practice for the other corner. Here's what I'm going to do here. Well, this starts right here because it's all right there, and they're little. Yes, they're little guys. So, and another one right here, and a definitely little. Many littles. Lots of white in this one. I'd forgotten how much it is fun to do this without starting out with a pencil. Just follow the story here a little bit. Because the water has already told me. Okay. I was thinking, I've got this here and that there. Let's just go for something a little bit really different here. Well, not so different now that I see it. But we'll put this one up there. This is a very independent person up here. So we're just going to, do that. And we're going to do another one right in here. Now you have to look at it this way, this way, this way, this way, and one other way. One other way. This is a whole Carol talks to herself day. Sorry. This is a whole, let's see what we have happening here now. What we're not being able to do right now is manage without having some greenery in there. So the best way to do this, to put some rhyme or reason for each one of these writing spots, is that it's going to need a little cheat stitch here. Yes, it is. The slightest one I can possibly do, because that way we'll know what planet we're on here. So that's 9. That's 4.5. As light as I can get it. As light as I can get it. 12, 4, 8-ish. And as lightly as I can get it. Now let's see if you can kind of get, do you see the lightish as I could possibly make it, to give us an opportunity to look at each of the independent cards. This one has doings, this one has doings, this one a little light in the loafers, this one doings, and this one doings. So Now that I've started with the cheating, it might not hurt to cheat in a couple of leaves, or not. They're not going to move because this is permanent. I'm going to have a think about this while I have a munchy lunch. It definitely needs a little olive green, not too much. Because there are other things we can do. There are always pencils and all sorts of good stuff. Boy, this is fun. I do hope you give this kind of thing a try. None of it makes any sense, none of them are real, but they're there. And they say flowers. I will see you in a bit. I couldn't quite leave. I decided to put in the 5 yellow-gray leaves before leaving for lunch. So, we have one on this card, one on that card, one here, 1.5 here, one on this card, and this puppy's going to get small ones. So it does make a difference. Now I have something to really think about. Good morning. It's Friday morning, and I've had a think, and I've decided that I'm going to have a play. We've used our wonderful quality watercolors on very nice quality cotton paper to lay this background down. And then I thought to myself, I feel like playing. Why don't I just turn this into a color page? Then I said, let's go to these. Now these are $5. These are $5 everywhere. They're called watercolors. Well, believe me, not. These are, on a good day, gouache, which means they have a certain amount of opacity to them. I always have these at hand. I think I've mentioned this to you once before because of these colors. These are wonderful. Don't usually find anything remotely like it in watercolor, and they just do wonderful backgrounds. But look what we have here. We have all of this lovely, lush kid colors, and I thought, why don't we see what happens? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So, I'm going to set this over to the side and give it a little spritz. There. A little spritz. And I'm going to use, let me put this aside for a bit. These are nice and dry now. Must let them dry overnight at the very least, because you don't want to open up and find black mold, which is possible. Black mold on this wouldn't make you want to kill yourself because, you know, they're $5. But black mold on those would not be a happy moment in anyone's world. So I'm just going to start. I'm just going to make believe I've got a coloring book, and I'm a kid, and I've got two, now I have to admit these are two of my better quality brushes. This is a Black Velvet Silver No. 2 round, and a Black Velvet Silver No. 4 round. They hold delicious amounts of water. They're wonderful paintbrushes. So, let's just work here. Let's just see what we can do here with this blue. Why not? Let's just see what we can do with this blue. I want to add a little color here into around the center. Let me see that if I can get a little closer. Hopefully, yes. Well, that's not blue enough. Let's just blue this up a little more. Why not? Let's just get around the center here and blue it up and blue it up around here. Yes, already we're adding more color. Now let's go to this one. Let's do this. Let me get this Viva open. I got it dry. Let's cover this up. Let's put the paint right here so you can't miss it. My water is here. And let's go back to this. We need a little bit of and it's chalky. But we do get a bit of color. Let's go over here. Let's go here and do this one. Now, do you see what's happening? We're getting a little something going here. And we don't have to be particularly crazy about it. We're just going to and then we're going to go over to this one. And we're going to put some of that right here. Because that would be underneath. And we've already added some color. I think number 2 is too fine. Let's try number 4. Let's try number 4. And let's just see if we can't add a little of this blue. Let's see if it might work here. Whoa, yes. Doesn't it just? A little water, give it a place to spread out. Remember, this is good paper, so it's going to be better than kids' quality paper. Okay. Let's do this, and let's add a little bit here. Okay. So we've already, as you can see, added some more color. Let's add some of this darker blue because I'm interested in getting more blue here. Whoa, Geronimo, look, yes. Okay, we're doing it. Finally, we're getting some blue in here. Now let's pull this out with a little bit of water. Let's let that place have some place to play. Yes, okay. This one, let's go and yes, let's have a word with that one. I'm not sure what we're going to get here because that is a really special color. Let's have a little pink. Let's have a little pink in here, and then mix in a little bit of that yellow, just to I think we'll leave that alone for a moment, let that dry. Let's come up here to this one. Let's just get some color around here. Remember, think your inner child, and this will work just fine. All right, let's leave that one alone. Let's come down here. I'm going to take this because I need it, and yes, of course, wax paper. Of course, waxed paper. Happening. Okay. Let's have a little bit of, let's just put some darkening in here. And Thirsty Brush will take that up. Let's go down to here. And Thirsty Brush. Let's go back up to this one. Let's see what we can do. We just need something right there. And absolutely, let's have some here. Let's put some here. Just a little bit more. Maybe a little bit there. Okay, we added some color. I'm thinking we need some, nope. Not happy with that one. Let's add a little bit here. Oh yes. This is underneath, so let's put it right there. This is here. And so just some clean water to give that some place to move to. And there. This definitely needs some here. And let's walk that out a little bit. Well, that's coloring up a bit, isn't it? I'm still not happy with this. This needs something going on here. Okay. We'll be back. This one. Too many choices here in purple, but we sure do need something here. Let's just go in here for a while. Let's just see what we can do. and underneath there. Just a little water to give that someplace to run to. This one, definitely. This one is definitely underneath. You keep your eye on the prize and realize where the darker ones might be. You can make something out of $5 kids make-believe watercolor, because the principle is always the same. And now I need something really deep right there, because it's definitely under. There. Alrighty. Some clear water there to give it someplace to go. And we're going to leave it alone. Now, I'm thinking I'm just going to put that right there. And we're going to color this one up a bit. Notice I'm using the side of the brush, adding some water. And this one. And that one, we'll just tap, 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 and leave the color right there. And then we're going to come in with the semi-clear water to give that someplace to go. And we're going to fill this one in with some more color. It needs some oomph. Just a little bit of oomph here and there. All right, as you can see, just using children's